Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I've got some very interesting stuff for you in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam. Attorney John Deaton says, quote, "People on the SEC email list should be concerned," end quote. And what's he talking about? Well, he's referencing a list of names put together by Empower Oversight, which is suing the SEC, by the way. They put together this list for the SEC, names that the SEC is supposed to plug into their search engine, check their records, and see any ties having to do with former director at the SEC, Billy Boy Hinman. And they should be concerned. You know why? Because the XRP community has put an insane amount of man-hours into researching all of the interwebs to find what would have otherwise been just obscure clips that nobody would pay attention to, but because of what the SEC has done, coming after Ripple, coming after XRP holders as a result, because of all this, our crew has been uncovering all sorts of stuff, dubbed by Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse the Twitter sleuths. Indeed, they're uncovering all sorts of stuff, and the story keeps getting bigger. In fact, check this out, and this is a pleasure to report. There's a couple comments from Attorney Deaton also, noting that there's a major publication that's going to be doing a serious write-up on this story, and you can only imagine where this is going to lead. In fact, John Deaton speculates on what this might lead to in terms of additional coverage. There's just plenty of stuff to cover along these lines. I've even got a transcription of a recent interview with John Deaton. So before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice. You definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Damn it. If you don't like it, you can just get out. So here is a short thread from John Deaton's organization Crypto Law, which wrote the following. Remember this in February? It took months to force these first emails out of the SEC, which led to more emails and more revelations. More is still coming. What's being referenced here? I'll make this full screen. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but part of what's written on here, it's an excerpt that was written up by Empower Oversight, which again is the organization suing the SEC, having to do with all the FOIA requests that they're just pretending don't exist effectively. Anyway, they wrote the following. This is from January 28th this year. SEC has reviewed the record searches, identified an error with them, and after correcting for the error, had located approximately 1,000 pages of records responsive to request. So think about this. The SEC, this is a little fun reminder in case you've forgotten this specific part here. The SEC claimed that they didn't have any of the documents that Empower Oversight requested. It wasn't until Empower Oversight sued the SEC where they did another search like, oh, whoops the doodles, here they are. It's actually 1,000 pages. We just missed the 1,000 pages, but yeah, they're here now. It was easy to miss the 1,000 pages. Forgive us, right? They didn't say forgive us. They have no shame. They don't care. But that's what happened. And so Crypto Law continues and wrote, "This doesn't just happen. It takes hard work, expertise, and a strong community that never quits engaging the government. There is never one hero, one group, or one savior that gets to the truth, and it never happens quickly or simply like in TV shows. It takes many, like in the XRP community. And for sure, nothing happens simply because people complain. They have to tirelessly act. The XRP community has come a very long way in only 16 months. We've gotten amicus status in federal court, the attention of the media, and now are getting the attention of Congress. It's bigger than any one of us. It's about all of us and our common future, #XRP Army. Isn't that the damn truth? Hell yeah, we are a gigantic community and a force to be reckoned with. That much has been proven to this point. Everybody working together, I'm telling you, getting people's attention, even on social media, is a real thing. Like, that's a real serious way to get a hold of people in media and Congress in 2022. It just is. So all of these little heart buttons, I know it sounds silly to say it, but hitting the little heart buttons, doing all the retweets, yes, the answer is yes. In fact, I highlighted this very briefly in my very last video because I wanted to save most of this talk for this video. But I mentioned in a recent interview that Brad Garlinghouse is in on Bloomberg TV, the host opened the segment by stating, we just keep, and I'm paraphrasing here, but we just keep getting endless messages from people showing interest about this SEC versus Ripple case. They're constantly contacting us on social media. And so it's a pleasure to have you on, Brad. It was basically to that effect here, and I just noted, folks, they're talking about you. So even if they don't respond to everyone or anyone for some period of time, eventually it gets to the point where they can't ignore, and then they look in for like, okay, what is this? Even if they don't know that they should be looking into it, but eventually there's enough people piling on where it has a serious impact here. Now, not everybody agrees. I think this is a minority opinion, but I wanted to bring this up because it really is the case, I believe, that it's the entirety of the community working together. And so somebody wrote the following in response to what I just shared with you from CryptoWall and said, attention of the Congress? ? LOL, where do you see attention? That's Empower, who did the job without the XRP community. For now, other initiatives does not work. That's sad, but it's the truth. You don't fight an enemy with an amicus. So I certainly disagree with that, but he's basically saying, XRP community, what did the XRP community do? It was just Empower Oversight who's suing the SEC and got all these emails. They get the credit, not the XRP community. I disagree with that. And so did Jason Foster, who founded Empower Oversight. And he wrote the following. We saw the evidence of conflicts that Attorney John Deaton and the XRP community were bringing to light and asked the SEC for documents. We wouldn't have known to ask without their work to bring attention to the controversy. There you go. Look, it's all of us working in tandem. We all play our roles. It all matters. It all adds up. So don't think for a second, every single one of you out there, retweeting, hitting hearts on this stuff for everybody that's participating in the XRP community on Twitter, that stuff matters. And I know that because, again, Bloomberg just acknowledged, hey, we're getting bombarded on social media. That's Twitter. This is where the XRP community lives. It's Twitter. That's what she's talking about. Yes, they see you, my friends. And now Attorney John Deaton responded to what Jason Foster shared there and wrote the following. This is the beauty of decentralized justice. Jason Power. I'm jumbling up the organization in his name. Let me try that again. Jason Foster and Empower Oversight saw the gross conflicts and appearances of impropriety and the lack of transparency and acted. He's using the law to uncover potential unlawful conduct. Amen, brother. 100%. And here's another comment from Attorney John Deaton on what his organization CryptoLog put out in that thread. He said, I know with longer delays than necessary, it is easy to think nothing will change, so why bother? Keep fighting. Never give up. I just got a call today by a credible journalist from a major publication, and a story is in the works. At some point, they can't ignore the truth. That's incredible. I can't wait to find out who that is. I haven't asked him, but I am curious. I'm not going to press him. I wouldn't want to do that. I'm just like, when you're ready to share, just share. Or maybe it won't be until the story comes out from this major publication. I'm sure he'll reference it again in the future. But major publication, he doesn't use those terms all the time, so it's not something he's putting out lightly, obviously. But more and more mainstream media will continue to pick it up. Right now, the biggest name in media to have picked up the story at this point, arguably, would be Fox Business, which picked the story up last fall. That's gigantic right there. But the others are coming, even if they're going to straggle behind. Eventually, it'll become impossible for everyone to ignore this, which is why it's so crucial that we keep doing what we're doing. Like, we're XRP holders, and we deserve to defend ourselves because the SEC is attacking us, and effectively, if they get their way, they will destroy our actual investment, our net worth. As far as its, whatever that percentage of that is in XRP. But they also wouldn't stop there. That's the thing. I think they'll just keep coming after every cryptocurrency because if XRP is a security, what the hell isn't? Everything by that logic would be a security. That, in the world of crypto. And then there was a community member, JVXRP, who responded to that because, understandably, that's an attention-grabbing thing. Wait, because John Deaton says, major publication, story in the works. And so JVXRP wrote, 60 minutes, question mark? 60 minutes, obviously massive. John Deaton responded with the following. No, Jay, I wish. I think after this story with a major publication, 60 minutes could be next. So John Deaton does think that something like that may be in the cards. That's got me very curious as to what major publication this may be that's going to be covering the story. But again, this is the biggest story, whether these entities realize it or not. It's the biggest non-fraud story. Well, let me word it like this, actually. This is the biggest this is the biggest lawsuit against any person or entity in a non-fraud case in like several decades by the SEC. That's a huge story, and it resulted in market cap of XRP basically evaporating, losing $15 billion in value practically overnight. That's a story, friends. And then over 66,000 people asked to be sued so that they can have a say in this case. And then John Deaton represents them in the court, and the court agrees. Yeah. The Judge Shore is like, yep, you should be a part of this. Yep. That's a huge story. This has never happened in the history of mankind. This literally, I kid you, that's not overstating. Nothing like this has ever happened before. This is, from a legal perspective, unprecedented. And then there was this from Attorney Deaton. He said, XRP holders aren't the only ones upset about the delays. Empower oversight isn't going away. The internet sleuths aren't going away. The people on the SEC email list should be concerned. I imagine they want this case over. More journalists are getting wind of a big financial story. Yeah, no kidding. And who he's referencing there, to be clear, again, like I said earlier, it's the list of all the names of people that through a FOIA request, Empower Oversight is requesting the SEC must search for. And by the way, they're supposed to. They're supposed to be doing this. They're just not doing it to this point. And then there was this tweet from Watcher Guru on Twitter, which is the reason I'm highlighting this is just to point out the degree which this is getting out. Look, 824,000 followers. This account has 824,000 followers. They tweeted out the following. Just in, U.S. Attorney John Deaton says the SEC investigated Ripple for months and couldn't find one claim of fraud. Oh, that's certainly true. In fact, there was this clip shared by my fellow XRP YouTuber, DAI, and I actually transcribed this small portion here. I wanted to share this with you because it's powerful. And he talks about investing in Ripple, which of course is different than XRP. He said the following.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.